Hello, Moonhawk here, and I'd like to talk a little bit about shamanism and how the shamanic medicine wheel transformed my life. I've been teaching the medicine wheel for the past 5 years, uh, working as a shamanic practitioner and a shaman. I have a passion for teaching and sharing this wisdom with others. I feel like it's vital in the ascension process that we're going through. Growing up, I always felt very different, very empathic, in tune with nature, in tune with the spirits of the trees and the animals. I never really understood this world and didn't understand how I fit into it. My father would always talk to me about the great continuum, about how we're all interconnected and how we're connected through this continuum of energy, of cycles and seasons of change, transformation, birth, death, rebirth, and that we're all woven through the energetics of spirituality and oneness. It took me a long time to grasp what my father has been teaching me my entire life. And I've spent the past several years writing a book about the Great Spiral, about shamanism, and the many things that I've taught over years of teaching the shamanic medicine wheel and advanced shamanism, which is a course that I created and have been sharing for several years now. To me, a shaman is one that recognizes that we are all light, that we are all souls, and we are the universe. We're life experiencing itself in all of the many shapes and forms that we engage with. And we're all cells connected to the soul of the world, and we're all a part of it. When we tune into nature, we can feel that. But what if we always felt that and never felt that separation? And that's what we're moving into through ascension, through birthing a new earth and embracing unity consciousness, being individuals that are expressing oneness all in unique and beautiful ways. As I have grown and transformed, my teachings have shaped beyond shamanism. I have backgrounds in studying Buddhism, and many, many other spiritual teachers have influenced my work, but shamanism is what shaped me into a teacher and allowed me to embrace unity consciousness in the most profound ways, to embody it, to live in it, and to share it with others. And so I resonate so deeply with the shamanic path because when I sat in my first class in the South, everything came full circle to me. My entire life began to make sense, and I began to understand that sense of not belonging is because I didn't come to fit into this world. I came to help create a new world. And that is what I strive to do every day with my work. So I invited you all to share in a discussion about shamanism. What does it mean to practice shamanism in a contemporary way? Shamanism to me is a reminder that we are dreaming the world into being through our thoughts, our choices, our actions, our vibration, that we are dreamers of the dream. And as we awaken to this remembering that we are the dreamers, we tune into our innate ability to heal. Our body can heal itself. And as we awaken to dreaming and healing, we step into conscious co-creation with the universe. And as we do that, our reality shifts. The paradigm is shifting already. And as we choose to awaken and consciously create, we can operate in energetic body mastery to experience life in an unfathomable, magical, mysterious, and beautiful way. Life is not happening to us. Life is something that we are experiencing. And everything outside of us is teaching us about what we hold within ourselves. So we're dreaming, but we've also been programmed via this collective conscious nightmare, right? The world that isn't working, the world that we're waking up to saying, hey, why are we living in this way when we feel within us there is something different? There are unlimited possibilities, and we're only tapping into this tiny portion based on fear and greed and pain and suffering and survival and the need to stay safe and secure. And as we awaken, we can go within ourselves into our subconscious programming, which is what we hold as our views of what is real about the world. So we may consciously believe something, but then we have a conscious, subconscious override to that belief, patterns and stories of woundedness that have been handed down from generation to generation to generation of who we should be and how we should operate in this world and what is good and what is bad and what is real and what is not. And many times those beliefs are not what's true to our heart and our soul. And through shamanism, I've learned many, many modalities of healing. I've trained in Reiki and energy healing. My grandmother was a Reiki master. So I grew up, in this world of being submerged in spiritual. So the mundane ways of existing are very foreign to me. And yet, I seem like your average human being who's, sitting here in a body and living in the Western world, working the many careers I have worked as a mother and provider for my family. And often we all resonate with that sense of being perceived as ordinary, but feeling different inside, feeling something special. There's a gift that we have, whether it's empathy, compassion, the ability to commune with spirits, the ability to channel, to tune into the creative flow of the universe, which is what conscious creation is all about. And the medicine wheel is a very special program to me because it covers every element of what it means to be a spiritual being. And we can know and bring awareness to this process, but how do we dive into the depths of every corner and every facet of the light and the dark that exists within us and open our gifts and blossom and bring them into this world? That's what I love about mentoring others and my work and being a teacher is helping others be pushed into their full potential as creators, as light beings, as way showers, star seeds, the ones who are here to birth a new world. So the medicine wheel, what does that mean? And the book that I'm writing, I'm calling The Great Spiral because it goes through all of the many teachings that the medicine wheel brings to us and how to walk in that embodiment of oneness and not be pulled into the chaos of the drama and the stories and the patterns. And we can recognize a pattern, we can recognize when we're stuck. How do we break through those walls? How do we remove a soul contract that keeps us banging our head up against the wall or, throwing, like I call it, throwing spaghetti up against the wall within our creations and seeing what sticks, right? Letting the mind spiral in the emotions and feeling all of the things, and it's too much. So much that oftentimes we don't even want to be here. To feel it all and to be attached to absolutely nothing, as the guru would remind us to meet it all with love. It's a journey, it's a process. So the medicine wheel allows us to walk that journey by learning the tools that build a new foundation for our new life, for the new world. When reality is crumbling as we know it, and we're faced with the fact that we can no longer continue to operate in the world the way that we always have, these teachings lay a foundation for the new. And so in the South, we're introduced to serpent medicine. The serpent is an archetype of transformation. But to me, what that means is we're working in our literal physical world. We're working with that element of reality to awaken to what's no longer working, what patterns no longer serve me, what stories and limiting beliefs are keeping me pulled in roles of playing the victim or the rescuer or patterns of abuse that we deserve more and we deserve to break free from that and no longer allow the past to bleed into our future. This is a part of taking our power back to manifest change and acknowledging all of the ways our own mind stands in our way. When our heart is saying, I desire this, and the mind is in the background saying, but you don't deserve it. You're not worthy of it. You'll not amount to that. Repeating all of the old things that somebody once said because somebody told them. And we begin to step out of that view of limitation to embody our wholeness and our full potential. So the South teaches us how to do a shamanic illumination, how to heal ourselves, how to dive into our chakras, our energetic field, and work with the areas that we're holding dense, trapped energy, patterns of the past, and how we've had experiences that we haven't been able to emotionally process that are stuck within us. And in our mind, our neural pathways are choosing those old things, and we're really just standing in our own way, but we don't have to. So the South is like stripping it all down, letting it all go at once. You can work the South in years on your own and do, what the shamanic initiations and shamanic medicine will allow you to do in a matter of months, weeks. One healing session can heal years of trauma. I've witnessed it. It was within myself and hundreds of others. We can liberate our souls, and it's beautiful. The South talks to us about being connected within self-care practices, boundaries, how to work with our energetic body, how to understand and master our creations. What are we creating and why? And is our reality the only available reality for us? How can we quantum leap forward into new timelines in just a matter of days, weeks, months, rather than lifetimes. We begin to look at our karmic contracts, what we came here to experience versus what has been handed down to us by our ancestors, our past life wounds and patterns. And as we move into the west, the direction of Jaguar, we begin to tune into our emotional realm, our emotional body, our creative center, to understand what it feels like to be in alignment with our highest timeline, our highest versions of self, and how to heal all of our ancestral patterns, to call in our ancestors to clean up the mess that they left for us, that we don't have to do it on our own. We learn so many tools in how to do our shadow work, how to embrace and love every facet of who we are, to not hide from any part of ourselves, to own it all, to meet it all with love. And as we journey further into the north direction of the wheel, the hummingbird comes in to meet us and teaches us how to drink every day from the sweet nectar of life, how to see the joy, create love, vitality, by fortifying our energy fields to become a clear vessel, a clear lake for spirit to work through. We learn soul retrieval, and soul retrieval to me is one of the most fascinating elements of healing because it teaches us how we have a belief or story that is so deeply ingrained within us that an I am statement, an affirmation alone cannot create shifts. So you can have all the willpower in the world to want to change. You can keep banging your head up against the wall, and a single soul retrieval session can propel you forward into an entirely new life. Now you have to be willing to integrate, to do the work, and to show up in those spaces and allow that healing to occur. You have to believe in it. You have to desire that manifestation. But when you do, it is unparalleled to any other thing I have ever experienced in the realm of healing. I have countless stories, experiences I can share. I'd like to keep it short and sweet and simple today. And you can learn to not only do soul retrieval for yourself, but to then turn around and give that gift to others, to hold that healing space for others. And those of us who are meant to be healers in this lifetime, to step into the healing path, will feel that call. And those of us who are meant to be teachers and way showers may not necessarily be called to the healer path as much as the wisdom and the union paths, to meld into the oneness and allow that new dream to be infused into every cell of our being and manifested through our connection with the Earth Mother. There's so many rituals and ceremonies that we can do to honor our transformations, to honor our spirit allies, and to honor our earth as we learn to live in balance and harmony within ourselves and let that harmony ripple out to everyone and everything around us. A huge part of my work has been working with spirits, healing land, collective healing, and working with lost souls. And I've had the honor of helping hundreds and hundreds of thousands of lost souls find peace, being an anchor and a bridge to the spirit realm. And it has been a truly incredible experience for me. The North teaches us a lot about shifting timelines, how we build momentum to quantum leap into new realities, how we cut cords with the past and release energetic ties and affinities that bind us to energetic vampire type situations. You know, we deserve to have all of our energy here with us in the present moment, each moment. And no one needs our energy more than our dream. And as we really hone in on healthy boundaries and healthy ways of showing up to empower ourselves and supporting others in ways that empowers them to empower themselves, we become the change makers. We break the generational curses and we break the cycles and we bring healing not only to ourselves, to our lineage, and to the world. And then we're invited into the East, the dream, the new earth, a new way of creating, where we learn about the shamanic death rites, the rites of passage of each direction are all an aspect of our transformation, but Eagle takes us to the highest points, the broadest levels of perception, to see where wounds and patterns limit our view. And we work not only in the physical world, in the emotional realm, we work in the energetics, we work in the unseen world, and then we step beyond the unseen, pass through the void of nothingness, and we're birthed into something new that embodies the all that isness, where we feel this magic infused in every element of our lives, in every moment. We clear our karma so that we can serve our purpose as conscious creators. There are so many tools along the shamanic path, and many of my students have done amazing things to transform their lives, whether they're healing others, running their own centers of healing, teaching, running shops, selling crystals and herbs, working with womb healing, working with shamanic illumination, working to help others overcome addiction. Each person who is called to shamanism has a destiny, has a purpose. Not everyone has a purpose, they have a fated path. But those who have a destiny will will feel this call to something bigger and broader than themselves. And I remember when I was called to the wheel, I wasn't all in. I wasn't ready to commit. I was just tasting the waters, right? I found the teacher. I knew it was the right teacher. I had already been communing with spirits for a long time. Meditation, healing had been a part of my routine for many years. I thought I had healed. Oh, what a joke that was. But I'm grateful for my healing, which has allowed me to step into other phases of the path. Being a healer is just a part phase of the journey. And I showed up to that class. No expectations, just a call in my heart. And I knew in that moment that I could not stop the medicine wheel, that it was my journey of my soul. And those around me didn't quite understand at the time. And now we're all so grateful for what has come since then. These many years of teaching and helping those around me to awaken more deeply to their spiritual truths. I don't believe that spiritual awakening is something that happens once. The dark night of the soul is something that we go through one time. Just as my father told me, we're always connected in these cycles. We're always awakening. We're awakening to deeper truths, to more love, to more light. And I think it's beautiful to know that we're here to awaken. We're here to become, to embody our truth, to share that truth with others so that they can awaken the truth that lives within them. And through this journey of learning through many cultures, studying with the Karo, studying Native American shamanism, studying Reiki, studying Buddhism, and all of these beautiful spiritual teachings, I channeled the teachings of the earth medicine lineage. And what I was reminded is that every lineage, every healing modality, it's all from the earth. So the earth medicine lineages are a reminder that the medicine of the earth is not limited to one culture, one practice, one understanding, but that there are many, many masters who have walked this earth, and they have all been way showers to teach us about oneness, about truth, and that truth and oneness and love and light are not limited to one way. There is not one way to truth. There is not one spiritual path. There is not one way to oneness, but rather there are many, many unique paths that we can walk. And the key to shamanism, to spirituality, is to return to that connection, to return to our lineage, our soul's truth, and discover medicine that lives within us, and to share that love, that light that we find those around us, and to let our vibration ripple out into the world, creating waves of massive change. I hope to share more with you about shamanism, about the shamanic medicine wheel, about the teachings of the Great Spiral. But I ask one thing, is for you to take a moment, tune into your heart, and tune into your soul, and spend some time listening. Listen deeper, listen louder, and hear what shamanism would like to teach you. In love and light.